Hey, good morning. Nice to see everybody. I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body mind expert, a shiatsu massage therapist. And what I do is I help women who find and feeling helpless and trapped, like voice, and that they have no rights, and angry at their body continuing to hijack them, and that they can't desert kind of being into keep moving ahead like they've done all of their lives. And they feel these are the women that I helped. The difference between narcissists with a small n and narcissists with a big N. Basically, it's little bit of a talk about boundaries and how you set boundaries and how you decide what your boundaries are. When we're raised as small children, we are taught a number of things. And if you came from a very dysfunctional or abusive or patriarchal or domineering or narcissistic household, you didn't matter, your feelings didn't matter, and that you couldn't trust people. And this was the world that you lived in. And that created a lot of trauma because that meant you as a small child who had very few resources. Of course, you had resources, but you were a child. Your brain wasn't finished developing yet. I mean, you just didn't have the same things online that you do now. You were placed in positions caused trauma. You were taken advantage of. You were manipulated. You were used. You were ignored. You were trapped. And you as were right to hold control it because it really was aimed at people. You personal and relationships who don't, you're still in relationships with people who have anger and you work when they get scared or angry or frustrated, there's no holds barred, and you get every single trauma button pushed because a narcissist has been looking for them in order to protect themselves. They need to have the weapons over their enemy so they can always win no matter what, and they freak out so much that they use it. And you end up being traumatized again, re-traumatized after all that you've already been through. So the difference between a small narcissist and a big narcissist is you. And that's not to say that in a bad way. That's not to say that there's anything wrong with you. But when you've seen it in your professional life, when you are in a balanced place, someone can behave in a selfish way and it doesn't affect you. You can see through it. You can see that they're behaving like a child. You can see that they're struggling with something, and you give them a pass because they really don't have any authority of your life. They really can't do anything to you, and you feel confident. You feel balanced. But then you go into other relationships with different dynamics, and your body still triggers. Your body still goes into a fight or flight mode, and you fall back into your old patterns. And whether the patterns be eating or alcohol or drugs, or the patterns be fighting or shutting down or hiding, or the patterns be getting sick because you're suppressing it all, or the patterns be that you have OCD or you work too hard or you do too much. All of these things are true. When you see yourself mindlessly eating something, it's not because you're a bad person, it's because you are on the edge of fight or flight, if not already there. And this is the thing that you do to feel better. Because even if you aren't in a mental, emotional, even if you look at the problem from a rational situation, logical, you're like, why am I reacting to this? This is ridiculous. Why do I have a problem with this? This is nuts. But your body still reacts. That's the difference between a small narcissist and a big narcissist, is you, how you react to them, how you respond to them. Because if you respond differently, they stop being a big narcissist and start to become a small narcissist. And then you decide whether you want to keep them in your life or not. But right now, they're big monsters because they know every trauma and they can take you back to those traumas, and you don't even know that you're being manipulated into them. And you get stuck and trapped, and your body rebels, and you get sick, and your shoulders hurt, and your head hurts, and your stomach gets upset, and you don't eat right, and you can't exercise, or you push yourself too hard, or you yell at the dog, whatever it may be. Your body is still reacting. That's still a reaction to a narcissist. As long as you are reacting, as long as they are able to trigger you, they are a big narcissist. When they can no longer trigger you, they are a small narcissist. And how you handle your triggers is the way of it. Now, you see it really tired and sick and tired of personal growth stuff because the information was good, it made sense, but it didn't really deal with the core of my problem. They would say things like, well, you just need to be more compassionate. You just need to be more understanding. And I'm like, how much more compassionate and understanding can I be? Especially because I'm freaking out, especially because my stomach's knotted up and sick and my heart's beating a million miles an hour because my body's releasing adrenaline. I'm shaking. How am I supposed to be some sort of magic sorcerer? That's more compassionate than everybody else in the whole entire universe. So most of the good advice, they don't address them players. They used to dismiss. They don't know why they work or how they work, and maybe they got down some higher path about it, or it out, or did all sorts of energy healing ritual work. That makes it into a big threat in our life. They used to use their own people. They would go out on war parties, and when the warriors would come back, they would always do a sweat lodge. The sweat lodge love to go that digital trigger of brain forces fight and brings them back. Heat of a sweat lodge will do that, or a sauna. And then it's a space to that triggers you to let go and be open. It's a spiritual sacred space. It lets your body know and understand what you're going to do, what to expect. Then there's the prayer. That you have a safe place to do that. Then there's the sweating. Your body holds chemicals, detox chemicals to the ocean, the environment, or the acid in your body. So the sweating detoxes that out. So they force their body back into a relaxed state of mind, through their heart, other pins. in a mindset that feels secure, that's ritualistic. And there's a physical detox involved. You drink a lot of water, you drink detox tea, you let yourself, that's how they dismantle the trigger. But you know what? You don't always have these for many times. We don't have that rhythm of life. We don't have that rhythm of the seasons. Instead, we trap and we hang out, and you to be able to dismantle these triggers fast. Otherwise, you keep doing the same cycle over and over because your body differently. So the difference between a big narcissist and a little narcissist, how you react, how your body reacts, not because you're weak, you trigger your how to dismantle these. Nobody ever helped you dismantle these. And the triggers. Now science, Western mental, the triggers quick that help you get on with your day. So if you're wondering whether to set boundaries or not, it's not based on the narcissist. Whether they're big one or a small one. It's based on how you feel. It's based on the experience you want to have. If you're still triggering, the key is to start that in flight acting. Try to hold on with what nothing, so that you're actually coming from a calm, confident space where you look at the narcissist and you say, wow, and then you decide you there don't, because you don't. And you see clearly that you don't need to. But right now you can't see that because you have too many traumas, too many memories that hijack your body and hijack your mind and keep you stuck and trapped in this place. Okay? So if you know other women who are in real start, they really could use this for on. And if you're in a toxic relationship, if you are a successful woman who's done all this work, personal growth, otherwise, there's what's next because you really want to get on for them. I've got a support program once a month, and then a beautiful group